What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am joined today by my brother,
Ryan Loomis.
Ryan Loomis is his name of his YouTube channel. I'll throw that up on the screen for you right now. I know it's been, honestly, a couple years since I've uploaded a video, but I've been busy. Life's kept me very busy. I've graduated school. I've been trying to find a job. And I just didn't want to really include that part of my life in YouTube and not be able to create the quality content for you guys that I would like to. But nevertheless, we're back here today. We're making a video, and I want to get back into the swing of things. So today we're going to talk about some modern Japanese sports cars that are coming out as of lately and in the future. And then later on in the video, we're going to get into a discussion about my personal car plans and what might come with the MR2 or other cars. So first things first, guys, I kind of wanted to talk about the new 2022 Honda Civic Type R. I don't know if you've seen the pictures or anything yet, but Motor Trend released some information on that, and just looking at it aesthetically, I kind of feel like it's a step in the wrong direction. What do you think?
I think they're ugly.
It kind of looks like a Passat, Volkswagen Jetta, Accord.
But I think that the Passat, Volkswagen, all the Volkswagen Group ones, have a lineage style that looks...
They look good respectively.
Right.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Totally.
Whereas like this maybe is got some of that style going, but it's like weird on this one, and it doesn't match.
It almost looks... I'll throw a picture of it up on the screen, what I'm looking at here, but it almost looks like they took the front end of like a Passat, but like retained like the rear wheel arches of the Civic Type R, and I don't know. It might grow on me. A lot of these cars do.
Yeah, once you see one like lowered, modified,
right, it may look better.
Maybe, but well, and to the point of it maybe looking better with the right stuff done to it.
Yeah,
I didn't care much for the fake vents all over the current gen Civic Type R.
Yeah,
and they've grown on me a lot. The car in general, I think, looks very good.
Yeah.
Whereas this is more fluid and less...
more tame.
Fake...
Less boy racer.
Yes, less boy racer. That's a good way to describe it. So,
I've always thought you could buy one of the old Type Rs and just cut out each hexagon in the vents, since they're just like a solid vent.
I think that too.
Turn it into a real vent.
Or get lazy and just drill holes in the center of each one. Maybe there's even ducting behind that could be utilized.
What car was... There was a car that came with like some fake vents, and the manufacturer said they expected people to remove them, and there was ducting behind it. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know, but I've
Does that sound familiar?
It does.
If you know what I'm talking about, drop that in the comments, because... Yeah, but I don't know. In Motor Trend on their website, they say they don't have much information on the driveline or anything like that, but I would expect it to be similar to what's in the current Type R, the Turbo 4. That's not that old, and it still seems to be like it's still a hot car. Hot Japanese car. So I don't foresee it being much different than that. A little power bump would be cool, though.
Yeah, probably mostly just aesthetics, though.
Totally. I don't know. This thing might be cool. Stay tuned. I'm sure we'll hear more about it in the coming year. And then another car I want to talk about, which we actually mentioned, Ryan and I did a video very similar like this on his channel. One of the cars we talked about was the new Toyota Yaris GR.
Big fan.
Big fan. If you haven't heard of that, I wouldn't be surprised, because I hadn't until he brought it up to me, because we're not getting it in North America. But that thing is really cool. Again, I'll throw in some pictures for you. If you've never seen it, you can check it out.
It's kind of interesting that they chose a Yaris to be the one to get this treatment, but
right,
because my impression of the Yaris was kind of like the super duper econo box, like
goofy Japanese thing.
Yeah,
and now they have this wide. It almost kind of reminds me of like an old Renault Clio or something like that.
It does. It has very similar lines.
Yeah, like big, wide. The headlights look similar to like a Renault, but yeah, 4-wheel drive, turbo.
260 something horsepower.
Yeah. A little two-door hatchback. Like it's such a cool car.
2,800 pounds.
Yeah,
that was a big one for me, because like new cars are so fat these days.
Yeah, man. I don't know. This car just does it in all the right ways, in my opinion. And in the reviews that I've seen of like the different European dudes who have had the experience to get behind the wheel of one, they seem to like it a lot. I don't know. I just think it's a really cool step that Toyota's taken. Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever gonna get them. maybe one day we'll get something like it. I don't know. That's cool. That's probably just like some concept art, but
yeah, you should definitely throw that up.
Yeah, I'll
though,
throw that
I
up there
think
too.
that's sweet.
It's like some gnarly wide body rally. Yeah, you see.
Well, but dude, the other thing, and like that might just be concept art, but they genuinely have rally cars. So this is a homologation special, right?
Yeah.
Which is, if you're not familiar, in certain racing bodies, sanctioning bodies, you have to produce so many of a certain vehicle to race it in that series. And that's literally what this car is. Like, this car was made very similar to a race car off of a design of a race car so that they could race a race car in a series, which means...
In a race car?
In a race car. Doing race car things.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Definitely very exciting. Maybe we'll see something like that in the future. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Toyota.
I know we mean nothing, but come on.
Speaking of Toyota.
Yeah.
Great segue into our next discussion.
Right.
Let's talk about the potential for a new MR2. So I recently came across an article for a new 2025 MR2 that is supposedly coming. Now, of course, over the years I've seen different articles. It's like a new MR2 to come in 2020, the new MR2 to come in 2022, and now I'm seeing this one that says 2025. So I know it's potentially unrealistic, but seeing this kind of stuff always intrigues me. And I know you guys are probably interested. Some of you are probably here just because of the MR2 stuff, so the potential for a new MR2.
And the more we,
talk about it.
Yes, and hype it up, the more likely it is to happen. So,
Right.
like, tell your friends.
Absolutely.
Right.
Post the article.
Watch the video. Share
Keep
the
doing
video.
that, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Shameless plug.
Right?
Nevertheless, that would be really cool to see. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. More MR2s in the future.
Yeah.
Old and new.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'd like to get an SW20.
Definitely.
We should all get SW20s.
I want the whole collection. I want an AW11 as well.
That too.
I do.
Yeah, really clean, like maybe Panda AW11.
I was gonna say I want a white one, supercharged, of course.
Yeah.
No, but so like with this the new potential for the new MR2, I would hope that they could somehow keep that inherent MR2 derivation. You know what I mean? The lightweight 2-seater raw sports car as best they could. I know like modern cars, they deviate away from that these days.
But with that GR Yaris, you saw a little bit, like, dude, 2,800 pounds
Right.
for a modern car is incredibly light.
It's
like,
not bad, and that's 4-wheel drive.
and it's 4-wheel drive. When I saw that, I was blown away.
Yeah.
So, like, if they can do 2,400 pounds on a 4-wheel drive,
Even if it's 2,500 pounds or something,
still,
an
or
MR2.
2,800 pounds, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
But, like, relative to modern cars, like, that's still pretty good.
Yeah,
Right?
totally, man.
Yeah.
Modern cars, if a modern car is like 2,800 pounds, you're like, wow, that's really light.
Pretty light.
Yeah.
If it's under 3,000 pounds, you're like,
That's
that's
good.
a pretty good car. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Things are different these days.
Yeah.
They'll
They'll never quite be the way they used to be.
He had mentioned, he had brought up a good point a minute ago off camera, but we were talking about the Honda S660 or whatever that is. The Honda Beat 2.0 that we never got. That thing's cool. Why can't Toyota just do something very similar to that?
And I
Really
mean,
would.
it's a Honda version of an MR2. It's really disappointing that we never got that here.
I know nothing about that car, to be honest. I mean, I know a little bit about the specifications, but I've never watched a video reviewing it or anything.
I don't know that I have either.
Maybe if you have, drop some knowledge down in the comments about how that car is. But yeah, new MR2. And I'll throw links to the articles that I'm looking at for both like the new Honda Civic, the Toyota Yaris stuff, and this potential new MR2. I'll throw those down in the description below if you want to check those out. But let's transition into kind of a different part of the video here where we start talking about some stuff that I might want to do with my personal car in the future or deviate away from the MR2. So my car in the current state is probably not much different than what you guys have seen in the past. Where would I like to see that go? I mean, if I keep the MR2, which I do want to, I mean, it's the pretty standard stuff, I guess. You know, I'd like to do like suspension, wheels and tires, and eventually down the road, power upgrades.
Let's talk about that. What would you do, and why?
It depends how much money I want to put into the swap, because I would like to K-swap it preferably. But the K-swaps are almost double the money as like a 2ZZ swap. And other little things, like you guys have probably noticed this from my videos in the past too, I'm always like trying to improve the interior of that car because it just kind of feels plain Jane, old school, cheap, Japanese. I don't know. Like, so one of the other things that I've wanted to do for a long time that I could see myself doing if I keep it is doing away with the handbrake, putting like a linear actuator in there with a button, and then re-sculpting in some way or fashion the center console, because I don't like how the center console's all swoopy and has like the handbrake dead in the middle. So if I could do away with that and have a much more boxed in look, almost like an SW20 center console.
Yeah, I think that would be a good project.
I would like to go more that route. Of course, it's like another custom affair, but I feel like that's how it goes with the MR2, man. There's not that kind of aftermarket for it. So it's a lot of custom stuff, which I don't mind.
No, you become the aftermarket for
Yeah,
it, right?
it's fun, and it makes good content for people if they want to tune in for that. So, and in fact, I think this video is going to go up before this other video that I'm working on with him, but we are currently working on developing and building a roof spoiler for the MR2, and he's already put some.
So I have 3 videos, I want to say.
Yeah, he's already put up some videos on that.
Yeah, and like a little mini series about this roof spoiler that we're building.
Yeah. I was working on developing like kind of like one more like general video because he goes into way more detail on the stuff.
But yeah, it's cool. We'll probably
hopefully get that. It's been one of those projects that's been drug out because we need time to do it and we're both busy. So like finding the time to give it like a whole day here and there has just been difficult. So, but totally tangenting again. I think this video will go out before that one, but he has some videos on his channel if you want to go check that out in the meantime.
You got other thoughts on future car plans?
For myself?
Yeah.
Evo. I've always wanted an Evo for like the last 10 years.
Okay.
Maybe one of these days that happens.
So if you could pick any of them, you know.
Any?
Okay.
I'd get an Evo 9, like realistically speaking, being here in America and everything. But even those are hard to find, and when you do find them, they're generally really expensive, high miles, or modified to hell and back. And because of that, I'd probably do an Evo 10, which I still like a lot, and I still think they're really good cars, but not quite as much as the older. All right, that's enough rambling on for one night. We've been chatting for a while. I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion. If you did, leave your feedback in the comments down below. Again, remember to jump over to Ryan's channel and check him out. And I really appreciate you guys being here. We will see you in the next one.